What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making a brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XLM to USD, also known as Stellar Lumens. We will also be looking at the current coin market cap, as well as going in depth in terms of charting, seeing whether or not this bottom is in. And then I do have a surprise article to read for you guys because I thought it was quite interesting in regards to analysts predicting that this is the bottom for cryptocurrency and we should start to see a rise. But without further ado, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's video. So before we jump into the current coin market cap, I do just really want to quick read over this article by newsbtc.com. It says Bitcoin has suffered significant losses after dropping by thousands of dollars to take its value below the $9,500 level. Market analysts believe that the criticism of Facebook cryptocurrency Libra and the U.S. senators has unsettled investors. The sentiment before could push Bitcoin further low. Price further down. Weird, I don't know why that's like that. Further lower. Nevertheless, the cryptocurrency would not go anywhere near its previous bottom level of 31.20, according to noted analysts. So they're saying it shouldn't retrace that low. And that says the price of any commodity tends to gravitate towards the production cost. The price is below the cost of production slows down. If the price is above the cost, of profit can be made in generating and selling more. So it's talking about all these different things regarding the fact that cryptocurrency may have seen the bottom, and we may start to see us rise back to the top. Now, there's a couple of things all in all. I've seen tons of articles in regards to where exactly this coin plans on going to, and I know I had a ton of people on Patreon send their articles in regards to what they thought the potential retracement was about. But all in all, it's kind of hard to figure out what that is. So I do want to go in depth, see if it could be potentially related to charting, and then maybe we can figure out what to do from there. But current market cap is 257 bill, which is quite low. 24-hour volume is 87 bill, which is much higher than we've been. And then Bitcoin dominance is 66%, same as yesterday. Top 10 cryptos, everything's down. Litecoin number 4, only down 5%, but Bitcoin is really taking a hit. And so are the other cryptos. Even Ethereum taking a big hit. Everything's down practically double digits again. Very interesting if you ask me. Everything is down. Everything is down. Let's see what Litecoin looks like. So it's definitely interesting looking at what Litecoin is right now at 83 compared to what it is on here. You know, it says Litecoin is trading at $83, but it's down 5%. When you look at Litecoin US dollar, we're actually up. You know, so it's very interesting to see how that pans out. But what I wanted to explain was the fact that Litecoin is already at its bottom. It's already at its, oversold level on the RSI. When you looked at Bitcoin, you'll notice that, here we go, we're not, which is a good indication as towards another retracement to lower levels. And I've said this in previous videos, and I'll say it again, is the fact that Litecoin, what it did recently was it retraced back down to its high-low middle moving average, and it ended up being oversold. That's what you can see now. Now that we're on that bottom line, we're starting to move back up. We were as low as $77, and now we're starting to retrace back up to higher levels, giving the indication that we could now see a swing up to here. It's high-low MMA acting as a resistance. The interesting thing is the fact that this is oversold, and it's only down like 3 to 4%, which compared to the graphs isn't down at all. But now Bitcoin, what's the problem is Bitcoin is not oversold. Bitcoin is actually much higher than Litecoin is. This is 41 on the relative strength indicator, and it needs to be, I believe, 20. Let's see. 30 to be oversold. So it has quite a bit of room to move down lower, and that's the problem. We're also still, quite frankly, above the high-low MMA, which is a very interesting, pattern because of the fact that we have not yet broken below here. We're not yet in a similar position as we are with Litecoin, which could indicate that we may start to see separation in between those two cryptocurrencies. We may not see Litecoin trending the same as Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is, I believe, retracing while Litecoin is starting to move up. It's oversold. Bitcoin is not oversold. There's a very slight amount of retracement back upwards, but there is plenty of potential for this coin to sweep down lower, so it's going to be very surprising if we do start to see an upwards movement, because we don't seem to have that confirmation yet. We really do look like we're going to continue to head lower, pulling us back down to around $8,400-$8,500, and then we may start to consolidate and move back up. So the market is definitely all over the place. I'd really love to, I'm watching all the other YouTubers who are commenting about cryptocurrency. Very hard to make it, an educated decision. It looks to me though like the bottom could potentially be in, due to the fact that most of these altcoins are finally oversold in a position where they were extremely overbought just a couple weeks ago. So as for Ethereum is one of those cryptocurrencies that is also oversold. Now finally officially bouncing off this bottom support line as the RSI heads down into the oversold level. You'll notice we did break below our high-low minimum moving average, seeing 3 days of problems with its high-low MMA. And now you can see we fell down to previous support at $200 and holding that quite well. $200 is the support barrier for Ethereum, and it seems like, let's see as I zoom out, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is where previous support was tested. That's currently what we're testing right now. And it's interesting. It's really going to be very interesting. I'm really looking for that consolidation back up to the high-low MMA within the next couple of days. I really don't think we're going to stay this bearish and this low. There's a lot of stuff going on with the market. A lot of people were sending me charts, which is, greatly appreciated in regards to Litecoin having different patterns on as it heads down. You can see that there is very interesting, I can probably show it in tomorrow's video, the emails, I'll put it online, interesting patterns, interesting downtrends, but they are at the end of it bullish. It's very interesting to see that you guys are still bullish on the end of your downwards pressure triangles and your downwards pressure channels. So it's interesting to see that even in a bear market that there is potential for that swing to the upside. So I do think we're in a good position right now. I really do. Everything's looking oversold. I've even had people and friends text me, oh my god, did you see the market tank? It's very interesting to see that they're just waiting to jump the gun to buy back in, and the second they see a great opportunity, thousands of people or millions of people will be buying back into cryptocurrency. So this is a golden opportunity. I do think this is a great price. If you wanted to start investing and you haven't yet jumped in, buy when we're down. We're down like $200 on Ethereum, so it only makes sense to be purchasing now. Don't wait till we're up. Great opportunity, and this really isn't that low. Litecoin is still up like 300% since the beginning of this year, and so are some of these other cryptocurrencies. So it really does not make sense to be super upset or paranoid due to the fact that this is so recent and we're looking so up close. When you look at this from the weekly perspective, we're really not doing that bad, and I'll show you guys that in a second. As for Stellar Lumens, also testing out the oversold line on the bottom, you can see it's also heading down with its downtrend. I would like to see how it reacts to this bottom support. We have yet to test this support ever since February of 2019. We're finally retesting this now, and if history repeats itself, we should see that bounce like we saw here, bam, happen over here. So we may see a consolidation, and if this holds true, we're going to see the market start to swing back to the upside very, very, very soon. So I'm looking forward to it. Markets don't look too bad. We're waiting for this consolidation. Stellar Lumens is also oversold, which is interesting. But now I do just want to show you guys what the weekly charts look like and how this could potentially, maybe calm some of you guys who are a little, cuckoo about where this market's going. So beautifully shown. We don't look too bad at all. We really don't. Ever so recently, we were above our high-low MMA on the weekly, and I was telling everybody that we're in overbought territory on the RSI. We're in overbought on the weekly. We need to consolidate back down. We're too high. We're too overstretched. This was a bullish, massive break to the upside. Then just recently, 2 weeks ago, we came back down to the top of the red band on the high-low MMA, and now we just fell below it. So we're really close to support. I'd say for sure 100% support is at $70 for Litecoin. We're not going to fall below that. But honestly, we may start to retrace up higher than that. We're finally out of this overbought level. We're starting to pull back down. We're now at around 50 on the RSI, so we look great, and we're ready to head up more. It just looks very nice. When you step back and you really look at things from a long-term perspective now that we're doing, we don't look bad at all. We really do not. So if you wanted to find a better opportunity to buy, and you want to really long-term watch the markets and figure out when to be buying in, $70 is a great opportunity because it is pretty much at rock bottom low. And I don't think it's going to break below its high level MMA anytime soon. So I do think in between here is what's needed. I said we were probably going to trade in between here. So when I did see that bullish break to the upside here, I was kind of concerned because it did shoot us into oversold territory. But otherwise, we do look okay, and I don't think we're going to have any issues from now on. We're back down into a more healthy, neutral standpoint. So from looking at the weekly, we really don't look too bad. Now let me just look at Bitcoin's weekly, and then we'll end today's episode. Bitcoin on its weekly is quite overbought, actually. It is extremely overbought, way above. So this also makes sense to see this retracement. We did come back down. We did double top up here on the RSI. We're starting to pull back down a little bit lower, trading at 62 on the RSI. I'd be very shocked if we see us pull back lower. If we do, 7 grand is definitely the key target point for this coin, but that's actually quite shocking to see how far and overextended we were with this cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin's got its own agenda right now. Litecoin seems to be separate. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.